right, I think we're ready to get started. We do have a very positive announcement for the Siouxland community, particularly the Sioux City area. Leading off our conference today will be the Honorable Mayor of the City of Sioux City, Rod Cope.
Thanks for being here today. We kind of gathered here today. We have a really kind of a special relationship with the City of Sioux City, Dakota County, and the Sioux City School District, and we have the nation's oldest joint meeting, so we have a pretty good relationship with everybody here. And because of that, we work together to try to keep taxes down and to make local government as efficient as possible. And today, with the business community, with the Chamber of Commerce, we're here to announce that we have some agreements that we're going to talk about. It's a sales tax. And these agreements require the votes of our local governments, the vote of our citizenry, and these issues will provide, at the end of the day, provide funds for the Sioux City Community Schools, which they can use for their career center in lieu of property taxes. It'll provide the Dakota County funds for public safety in lieu of property taxes. And for the City of Sioux City, it will provide funds for the 29th Street paving project in lieu of property taxes. It'll also pay out public safety bonds for the new fire department in lieu of property taxes. So this sales tax would be for 10 years as per state law, and we're estimating that it will produce around $850,000 annually. So our goal is, the county's goal, the school district's goal is to keep property and taxes down as low as we can, and we think this is a very important step to do that. So that being said, I'd like to introduce Todd Strom, the Superintendent of Schools for the Sioux City School District. You want to say a few words, Todd?
Sure. Thanks, Rod. Welcome, everyone. As just talked about, we're really excited about partnering with the city, the county, the Chamber of Commerce, our business community, and helping develop a vital workforce always. But today's a great day to roll out this news and this exciting venture with all of our children registering for school and school year. The ability to meet those demands of workforce education continue to grow, and fiscally those are challenging. A positive vote on this ballot issue would allow us to sustain some funding to continue to grow those career pathways, that academies that are involved in developing a high demand and highly skilled workforce, and something that we owe to our children. Being a father and also an administrator and a professional educator, those expenses incurred with getting the cutting edge equipment, the facilities, the things that our children need and deserve to be in the workforce and in those careers that they want to enter into when they graduate from high school are always challenging, and this funding would help provide that. So we welcome the partnerships. We encourage people to support the issue, and I'm very hopeful for what it'll provide for our children. At this time, I'd like to welcome Scott Love.
I don't know how I follow
One
that.
of our commissioners of
How do I follow that, Todd?
very easily, very easily.
Rod, I would have rather followed you than you. I'll be honest with you. No offense. Anyways, thank you and welcome. It's a great thing that with the way, just like Todd and the mayor said, Rod, that partnering up on such a great adventure, meaning for a great way to pay for public safety. Couldn't ask for a better way. And when the city came to us, to the school and to the county, and said, hey, let's take a look at this, let's support it. Verbally, we've talked as a board. I know on August 13th, we have a resolution to be set with the county to enter into this agreement with this. And like I said, it's a positive. It's a great thing for everyone. It's a positive situation. So hopefully that the voters see it the same way that the local government and business, or the people, the leaders do, because it's positive. It's a great way to pay for it. So, thank you. I don't know anybody following me, because it'd be simple.
I can wrap it
Jim
up.
Still? Yeah, here we go. Jimmy Still.
I can wrap it
You
up.
guys kind of-
I know you're. I would have never followed you either.
No,
It's not like that. Jim Steele with the South Sioux City Chamber of Commerce. This is very important when these three groups do get together, the school, the county, and the city and all that. And we're excited about, obviously, our number one intention here in this whole area is public safety, and I think this will help our public safety and move us forward on what we can do and all that. And then also we're trying to do whatever we can to help the workforce and the jobs and all that, and bring the workforce and bring the wages and that type of stuff to Dakota County and the entire area. So that's hopefully this is very important and can be a very positive note as we move forward into the fall and the winter months. That's it. Anybody else following me?
Just want to go out there and we can answer questions.
Yeah, Rod. Okay. I'll give it back to the mayor.
Okay, come on, Todd, Scott, you want to come over? You guys have any questions that you'd like to ask?
They probably have questions, but I ain't answering the questions right now.
Good answer. So if you have any questions about the tax or anything,
Who kind of came up with this idea and how long has that been in the works for?
well, Lance Edquist, our city administrator, is the one who's kind of the driving force behind it. And he came up with the idea, and we contacted our partners at the county and the school, and we just decided to talk to them about it. They were receptive to it, so we just decided to pursue it.
Yeah, we had several sit-downs by talking about this issue. It just wasn't, one or two sit-downs. We had several, and talking to all of our colleagues, so yeah, it's.
We wanted to find a funding source that didn't continue to strap the property owner. And this is one way that we can do it, and it provides for basically two very, very vital sources in our community to maintain the quality of life that we all enjoy here in South Sioux City, and that's safety and education.
Apologies if I ask a question that is addressed on here because I haven't fully read through it all yet, but this sales tax that applies to anybody who comes and purchases goods in South Sioux, Dakota County, where does this?
It's just a South Sioux City tax.
South Sioux City tax?
Yes.
That benefits Dakota County or
It-
just South?
It benefits all.
It'll benefit all three. The way our resolution will be structured, the support from all three entities, obviously it'll be structured in a certain way for the monies to go reach out for public safety for all three.
The city receives the tax, but there is a funding mechanism that will allow the schools to receive approximately 12% of that half-cent sales tax. So, like the mayor had referenced earlier, we are projecting just off of current revenue anywhere from, for school funding, anywhere from $85,000 to maybe $120,000 a year annually for 10 years, which would be great to help fund our workforce development program.
What would you say to people in South Sioux City who are critical of this, that they're having to have this extra tax on their goods, and then people in Hubbard or Dakota City are getting benefit from it, but they don't have to pay extra tax in their community?
Well, a lot of it's a sales tax, so anybody that comes into our community and spends money, it's property or tax relief for them.
Right.
So I don't think they will say too much. I mean, I think it's kind of the spirit of cooperation, and we all benefit from it. We are in Dakota County. South Sioux City is part of Dakota County. South Sioux City School District's in Dakota County, so we're all part of the county. So we think we all benefit from it. And so I think property tax relief is important to everybody, and so we don't have a problem with that.
Will any of these funds go to any of the other school districts in the community, or in the county? What made you decide not to have this tax be countywide and just stay in South Sioux City?
The way the tax are structured, okay, the sales tax, every individual tax base has they can be structured different ways. Like Dakota City, obviously, our public safety agency, a few years back, We had that 1/2 cent sales tax for the fire departments. So the village of Hubbard, Homer, they have their own statute, if you will, of how they can structure their tax. So of course, the city has their way, the county has their way, and so on. So when the city, when Lance had this fabulous idea, then when he came to obviously Todd and the county and the school, and to structure it this way, it's structured differently with everyone, I guess, to sum it up in a nutshell.
I guess, to answer your question about the needs and how to explain the needs and why to vote for it, I'm on several task forces around the community, and they all are concerned with a couple major areas, and the two of them are being addressed here, and that's safety, and then probably number one is workforce, how to meet the demands of our workforce. And this like we said, is a mechanism that would help us sustain some funding for 10 years out to keep crafting and developing those career pathways in response to the community. And I would hope our business owners are going to be direct benefactors of the fruits of that labor. And so I'm hoping that the chamber and business owners across Sioux City would be in support of it, because we'll see a more skilled and productive workforce from these farms.
I don't know who would have a problem with the 1/2 cent, to be honest with you. I know some people will, obviously, but if you stop and think about it, public safety, we need safety everywhere we go. And unfortunately, in the society that we live in today, I mean, everybody watches the news and sees what happens in the world, so I don't think anybody should have a problem with that. And as far as our sales tax, Lance, what will that put us at, 7.5?
It'll actually, 5.5 to be 7, and then 2.5.
7.5. So, and that's fairly low. I mean, I don't know if you guys have done research across the state, or that's not a real high tax for a city.
Do you have any concern that if this goes through, that people will choose to do their grocery shopping and their shopping across the river where the sales tax is 7%?
It doesn't affect, I'll make it effective.
Groceries are exempt.
If they're exempt.
Oh.
If they're food, they're exempt.
So,
Prepared food is included.
anything else?
What is your, I guess, message or plea to voters? What's your message to them, if you could say something directly about wanting to get this through? The importance of it.
I would say it's a great benefit for all the partners involved and all that, and it just moves us forward and covers us in like Todd touched the two biggest areas, the workforce development area and the public safety area, and we can move forward and do some things that have been talked about, and on the education side and on the workforce side, and it's just a benefit for everybody in the community and also countywide. So
I can only speak, we're all in charge of our own personal budgets, and I don't know of any better place to invest my dollars than in our children and in our youth. And those kids are going to be our caregivers and our workforce partners in the very near future and in the future to come. And so I would strongly suggest people contemplate that when they consider their vote, and just know that we'll do our best as school administration and as a Board of Education to be good stewards of that taxpayer money, and make sure it's strongly invested in our youth.
Thank you.